This is WWE legend Gangrel, and you're watching Rubber City Wrestling, home of the real pro wrestling, not that phony stuff. Want some, get some. Bad enough, take some. Keep banging and banging.
Hello and welcome to another edition of RCW Spotlight. I am your host, the RCW Global Television Champion, former two-time heavyweight champion, soon to be three as soon as his boy gives me a shot, and the real star of the show, your role model, Ric Lieb. You didn't hear that part, right?
Yeah.
Of course. And with me as always, he is the son of Sicily. He's a 42-year veteran of the sport. He's the manager of the Rogue, who I have called a truce with.
You did?
It's a temporary truce until we can get him back into wrestling shape. So yeah. And we'll get into detail with that. Not on this episode, but when we get him in studio. How's that sound?
I gotta hear this.
You'll hear it. And, of course, he's the Sicilian Beast, the star of the show, Ken Cerminara. Ken, I love the Bruno shirt.
Oh, yeah. I actually got this in Pittsburgh at the place called the Strip District.
Now, see, Bruno is from where my family's from, Abruzzi.
Abruzzi, yeah.
Abruzzo, Italy. Italia. There you go.
I used to go to Bruno's house where I used to travel with his son.
Beer today. I like that.
Beer for you today.
Right, because that double shot that you gave me last week had me a little messed up. I see you put that shot glass back over there, though. Like I'm going to actually...
I have to be a gracious host, right?
Yeah, you do. I'll take the beer. I still prefer Frankie bringing me in the Old English 800. One day you're going to have to get me some of that.
One day I'd like to get Frankie here.
Who? Frankie, the belt right here, I mean, the challenge still stands. You're more than welcome to try and come back for this belt. I owe you a mandatory rematch. I am a fighting champion. I will give you a mandatory rematch.
Does Frankie have a new girlfriend or?
I don't know. Frankie, don't lose that number.
There you go.
Frankie, don't man. Okay, we're gonna have that song stuck in our head again.
That's it.
You know, we haven't brought him up in a while though.
But
Frankie, yes, you show up. The shot is yours. And who cares what Spike thinks? You need to stay out of my business.
Don't get Cindy mad now.
I know.
Cindy Johnson.
Her favorite wrestler.
Her favorite wrestler.
You haven't dusted today, man. What's going on? Where's your rag? You know my OCD is going to go nuts watching all this.
OCD, you know me. All right.
You down with OCD? Yeah, you know me. That's funny, man. Is that actually a song? Did somebody actually do a remake? Whoa, 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 whoa.
We're going to dust off the gold.
I appreciate that, but no, I take care of my championship. Anyway, got a big show lined up. We say that every week, even if we're lying. No, actually, we're going to have a fun one today. Last week
They're always fun.
Yeah, well, that's because you get me drunk. We're going to do a show about, the topics that we're going to do today is going to be about nicknames that we've given wrestlers. Not their monikers, but nicknames that the wrestlers call them in the back. And hopefully we can blow about 8 minutes on that. But if we can't, oh well, we'll have a short show. I think we'll be able to fill it up.
Couple.
So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to go ahead and talk about that. See you in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Hey guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Brent.
And we are the hosts of a Swingin' a Tribe podcast, and we're part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Yeah, we're really just a couple of fans who love Cleveland Indians baseball. So if you love the Tribe, please give us a listen. You can find us anywhere that podcasts are available. Mike, tell us where they can find us on social media.
On Facebook, you can find us at a Swing and a Tribe MLB podcast, and on Twitter at Swing and a Tribe. Go Tribe!
RCW Rubber City Wrestling.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
The Mick Foley.
And you are watching
RCW Wrestling from the Rubber City.
Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
Not the flippy stuff.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. During the commercial break, apparently somebody had to give me a shot anyway, and it's a double shot again, and it was so much that it spilled over onto the table. What is up with you, man? Why did you always
I'm in a George Thorogood kind of mood today.
Yeah, but you know what happens is my wife gets mad at me when I go up there and I'm fit-chased.
Is your mouth kind of dry?
Actually, kind of is.
Okay.
You're horrible.
I'm working on them.
What you got 2 liter on the table for? Can't be doing that. Anyway, shout out to Jim Cornette. His favorite is also Sprite Zero. You know that?
He likes that, Jim Cornette. I met him twice.
Yeah, that's
Interesting guy.
I told you should be putting Sprite Zero in that. Not. Well, we'll salute in a minute. Anyway, people ask me all the time. They're like, "Is that real alcohol on the set?" And I'm like, "No." Of course it is. What the heck?
They asked me that too.
Did they really?
And I said if it was any more real, I wouldn't drink it. So,
I know, right? Well, here's the thing. I mean, a lot of these episodes, you listen to them at the end, and I'm like, pretty obvious it's real.
He gets giddy like a schoolgirl. Yeah.
No, I do not, but I do start slurring my words.
Harry Carey.
Harry Carey.
Sherry Sosa. All right.
Sammy Sosa. He's so good. Watch him swing the bat.
If the moon was made out of blue cheese, would you eat it?
Okay, now that was Saturday Night Live.
That was.
All right, anyway, so our topic is nicknames that we call wrestlers in the back. And unfortunately, they're not the nicest things. So if there's any swearing in these, we can't use them. Wrestlers are really ruthless. We're relentless when it comes to giving our friends nicknames. So a lot of them are mean. And by the way, if any of you fans or someone tries to call one of these wrestlers that, you probably get punched in the mouth. But wrestlers, we get away with a lot of stuff. I mean, we call each other. Some of them are mean. Some of them are just nicknames. But you know, like, you got like there's wrestlers that they call Fats because he's fat. You know. And you know, I mean, like, things like that. Do you ever have any, like...
Oh, I got a million of them.
Okay, so, so do I, but I was going to go...
There was a guy, and I'm not going to mention his name, because he's dead, and we don't want to disrespect his memory.
No, wait a minute. First of all, it's not disrespecting his memory. I'll tell you why. This is what we do. We call each other bad names. You know what I mean?
But he's not here to defend himself.
It's not, doesn't need
He's
defending.
like really dead.
It's putting him over.
All right, we're going to put him over.
I think
All right,
so.
Tony Altimore.
Okay.
Famous, world-class shoplifter.
As the Rock on Young Rock also.
Right.
Yes.
And we used to call him Five Finger Discount.
I love it.
There you go.
Hold on. This is for you, Tony. Dang, I forgot that was whiskey.
Another story about Tony. We would often stop at Howard Johnson's back in the day when they had Howard Johnson's. And the big thing they sold in the front was saltwater taffy. And whoever we were with, he would say, "Hey, Rick,
Yes.
how many kids you got?" 5 kids.
5.
10 minutes later, he comes back with 5 boxes of saltwater taffy. Here, give them to your kids. Ain't no way he paid for that.
Right, exactly.
Okay, all right.
That's horrible, but awesome at the same time.
How many kids you got? All right, here we go.
There you go. He's just getting it. You know what, though? Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, it happens. It definitely it happens.
You got another good one for me?
I'm storing mine. I want to hear some of
You
yours.
want to hear another one? There was a guy, Jimmy Cannonberg, and he had a terrible overbite. And just like, what's up, Doc? We used to call him Bugs Cannonberg. And so here comes Bugs. And he never understood why we called him that. And
Now he does.
better we left that alone.
Jimmy knows now.
Jimmy knows now.
Yeah, he does. What else, Skull?
Skull. Well, there was a guy wrestled.
I need to know the origin of this.
There was a guy. In fact, he's a huge fan of our show. His name was Eric Kramer. And Eric wrestled as Chopper Davidson, and he wrestled as the Skull. And I started calling him Scoliosis. And after a while, everyone just called him Scoliosis. And then he would leave me a message. Beast, Scoliosis, give me a call.
Yes!
So he liked
He owned it.
He liked the gimmick I gave him.
He owned it. It's funny because like my first of all, we're gonna have to do a shot. Or I'm not doing a shot. I'll drink with this. I'm hiding this for you.
Are you sure you don't want another one?
I am sure I don't want another one. But
right.
we'll have to do a toast to Eric Kramer.
Eric Kramer, God bless
So
you.
pour a
man.
little bit in there. Come on.
All
what
right,
are you
this
doing?
one's for Eric.
Yeah, but while you're pouring that, so my son, who he has a buddy, they're in a band, and his buddy ended up, or his buddy had scoliosis surgery, and we were comparing scars because wrestlers and my heart surgery on top of that. I got a lot of scars. He's had a lot of surgeries, and so I just started calling him Scully. Because of the fact that he had scoliosis.
Scully.
I know it's horrible, but that's what we do.
Who was his tag team partner? Walter?
Walter, yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh. And they came out to the X-Files music. So, it was like, I'd watch, I'd cheer him on, but I'm not a big fan of intergender wrestling. I think that women should wrestle women, men should wrestle men. That's just the way I
know I own this. When something bad happens to you, you own it. But the worst butt whooping I ever took in my life was from a girl. And her name was Betsy Desmond. I don't even know if she's still alive.
Wow.
But Betsy, if you're out there, you made me the man I am today, honey.
Nicole Bass is pretty tough, I'll tell you right now.
I think Betsy would have took her.
Nicole Bass bench pressed 400 pounds.
Well, Betsy Desmond banged my head off the railroad tracks 12 times. Boom, 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 boom.
Ouch!
Oh, yeah. I did not look good after that.
She ain't a wrestler then. You're saying she's a girl that beat you
No,
up.
she's no wrestler. We were kids.
See, I always when I was in high school, because we didn't want. I felt guys shouldn't beat up girls, but if I had a beef with a girl, I had a couple go-to girls that would do it.
Yeah.
Janice Brown and Nicole Hussein. I'd be like, hey, look, these people are getting
Janice Brown. I heard stories about her.
Oh yeah, she could beat some people up, man.
Yeah.
She's a tough girl, man. And those are our go-to girls, man. If we had a shout out to both of them, by the way, I still talk to them this day.
Oh boy.
It is what it is. But yeah, when it comes to nicknames and stuff, I mean, it's like, or ribs. I mean, just like little things. Like, all right, you got Josh Cortez, who's Mexican, right? So of course we, I always tell him when I need my lawn mowed, or I tell him I'm missing a shingle on my roof.
Did you hear Josh Cortez's weather forecast? Chilly today, hot tamale.
Or that's terrible. And of course, like Max Cortez, now he's Puerto Rican. Now they're brothers, but one's Mexican, one's Puerto Rican. Well, they're half and half. Half white and then half Mexican.
Half some other stuff.
Yeah, same mother, different fathers. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
All right,
They're half brothers.
Well, no, wait. Same father. I don't know what it is. They got the same last name. That's all I know. So they got
the same dad.
They got the same dad. There it goes. Anyway, so Max was like, he's my essay, right?
That's it.
Right. And
As long as it's not a Bendeco.
So I sent the meme out that said, "Teacher told me to turn in my essay, but I ain't no snitch."
That's right.
Hey,
Get out of town.
I was like, hey, I'm not turning him in. That's my essay.
No, you can't do that.
So I had to do it because he is, but we don't do this out of hate. We do this out of love. If we don't like you, you ain't getting a nickname.
No, I only tease people I like. Remember that.
Exactly. And I'm relentless in the back with it, but I don't know if I'm given too many nicknames. I like to just rib, and I sit there and I'll rib all day.
Oh yeah.
You got any more?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's hear it, man.
Not proud of it, but
I'm more proud of the fact that he's not proud of it.
there was this girl. She was popular amongst the boys. It's all okay.
She was a ring rat. Go on.
Ring rat. Yeah, right. And her name was Debbie, and she had this thing with her arm, and she was like this. And they used to call her Debbie Finn. And it was like a fin like a dolphin, But it was, we were immature. We were young.
We have a guy who he actually passed away. He wrestled around here. Now, I never wrestled with him, but I knew who he was. And then there's also a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, actually, out in Portland, Oregon. He does
the
wrestling
promoter.
I don't think he promotes, but I think he manages. I don't remember now because it's been a while since I've been out there. But he's one of my Cauliflower Alley Club brothers, and they both have short arms, and so they both had the nickname of T-Rex. What's wrong, man? T-Rex was a beast. He killed everything. T-Rex is the most dominant dinosaur in his path. He just has short arms.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they got the nickname of T-Rex, and they owned it. They both owned it, and that to me I think was awesome.
Both of these guys did.
Both of these guys, they didn't shy away from it. They owned it.
Way better off that way, right? Okay.
I mean, where do you think I got RoleModel as a moniker?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
I mean,
where did it start? Tell me when it started.
What happened was, I would be walking around, and every girl that seen me, she was just like gawking over me. I mean, can you blame her?
Get out of town.
Even at almost 50, I mean, look at me. I'm amazing. And then on top of all that, I'm married though, so stay away. On top of all that,
sorry, girls.
Oh, you like the Rolex, by the way? This is a new one.
That fell off a truck in Jersey City.
Oh, will you stop that? These are legit Rolexes, and they didn't fall off anything. 25 grand on this. I got a good deal.
25 grand.
Yeah, it was on sale.
What I could do with that money?
What can you do with that money?
Lots and lots.
Well, go look through my couch cushions. I probably have.
Oh, look, I found a quarter. Okay.
Quarter?
Yeah.
A $250,000, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, so...
I passed up the big money to be here, by the way. But go ahead.
What was I talking about before my ADD saw my watch?
Short arms, watches, Betsy Desmond, the guy in Portland. So
no, we got done with that. I was on something else and I forgot now because the problem with having ADHD and running and trying to do a show is this.
Man.
And I refuse to take the meds for it because I don't. Me. I might drink a little tiny bit, only on this show, believe it or not.
Side effects include delusion. That's all right. So go ahead.
What was I talking about?
I don't know.
You don't know either? Someone's gonna write us in and be like, "Can you please finish that story?"
Someday we will.
Producer, is there any way you can rewind this thing?
Come on, Jim.
There's not? Holy crap, what was I talking about?
I guess we're stuck.
Oh no, this really sucks. Okay, so I'll go with another story while I'm trying to think of this one. We had this one guy who was training with us, and he was unfortunately, he was handicapped, and so he never ended up being a wrestler. We had to tell him he can't even be a ref, which is heartbreaking. But anyway, he had a big beard. I don't think it was because he...
Not that Amish guy.
No.
Okay, good.
He couldn't shave it, I think. I think it's because he was too... Because he had, his arms, we couldn't use it, like they're mechanics. And so because of it, he was wild looking. And so everybody called him Captain Caveman. And I'm happy to say I came up with that. I'm happy I came up with the nickname.
You know what, though? He later got a job for Geico, and he made a lot of commercials and made some money. God bless him.
Not cool. But yeah, it was like, I came up with that nickname. I feel bad. Damn it, what the hell was I talking about?
You know, next time I go to confession, I'll see a priest. All right, so go ahead.
What was I talking about? This sucks. I can't believe it, man. You can't let me stop. Whenever I go off track, I forget things. Gosh, I'd like to blame it on the alcohol, but I haven't had enough yet.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Oh my goodness, look at you.
Check out the big brain on Brett.
Brett.
I think it's Brett, though.
It's Brad.
It's Brett.
We're going to have to make a bet on this
Brett.
Dinner. Okay, you think it's Brett? I think it's Brad.
Okay.
Whoever wins has to take the other one out to dinner.
During the commercial break, we're going to Google that line.
You're right. Matter of fact, that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to take your questions.
Are you looking for a job? I mean, seriously, do you want a job? Then get a hold of ASAP Staffing. ASAP Staffing is located in Barberton, Ohio, 165 2nd Street Northwest. Phone number is 330-203-3106. Studio Wrestling is back. RCW, Rubber City Wrestling, is now RCW Global. RCW Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the RCW Network on YouTube. Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Well, fans, it's that time of the show again. You've got questions?
We got answers.
I was trying to get you off guard, but apparently you're too good for me. Anyway, before we go to the questions, I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick. I was talking about, the producers finally found it. They looked it up during the commercial break. I was talking about where I got the nickname Role Model. All right, what happened was, everywhere I go, obviously women, they were just always attracted to me. Can't help it. But the thing is, men would mimic me. And they would always come to me and be like, man, you're like my role model, man. You're like, I want to be like everything that you are. And I mean, of course, can you blame them? So after a while,
they could blame.
Will you shut up for a minute and let me tell my story? My true story, my 100%, there's no fabrication in this story. Anyway, so after a while, people just like, man, you should just call yourself the role model. And I'm like, well, I shouldn't just call myself the role model. I should call myself your role model. And that's where it came from.
There it is.
Hold on. I think I earned an applause.
And that's your story, and you're sticking to it, right?
Damn right I am.
Sticking to it.
Sticking to it like glue.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So anyway, again, you got the questions. We got the answers. If you would like for us to answer your question on the air, feel free to write us at facebook.com/RCW Spotlight. What do we got today?
All right. This first one starts out, it's not really a question, but you're going to like this.
Okay.
Rick, you're going to like it.
All right, good.
All right.
Chaps, let me hold my belt while I'm liking this.
It says, Rick, Beast, love the show.
You should.
I appreciate you guys. From Eric Kramer, Whitehall, PA.
Yes, you should. We put you over last.
A lot.
Today.
Put him over big time.
Yeah.
Good old scoliosis.
I'm the RCW champion. If you ever want to come out of retirement, I'm giving anybody who wants a shot at this. See how I did that?
You don't want to mess with him.
Oh, he's old now. He probably really has scoliosis.
I'm trying to think how old he would be. What year were you born?
71.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years older. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like amazing for my age.
Mint condition.
Exactly.
All right. Hey,
some antiques aren't.
in the words of Dominic Donucci, hey, Chubbo, stay off the fries. Okay.
What? I got a 6-pack. I mean, sure, I bought a bunch of them, but I mean, yeah, there's quite a few 6-packs in there, but there's a 6-pack.
Hopefully the returnables, if you're old enough to remember that.
Yeah, 5 cents a bottle.
That's right. That's it.
Let's hear it.
All right. So, of course, they have questions, and we have what?
Answers.
All right.
Even to your dumb questions.
This is a good subject, especially this one irritates me. How did you feel about Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania from Cody West of Ravenna,
It's
Ohio?
funny. You talked about that last week.
Oh, yes.
And so let's hear it again.
So,
but this time it's an actual question.
So I'm in Atlantic City, and there's WrestleMania. And as soon as I saw the match, I says, this can't be good. This can't be good. And here, Bam Bam loses to a guy that never stepped in a ring before. And I shook my head. And literally, I was pissed off.
And you should have been.
It was a disgrace. I was embarrassed for the guy. I hope he got a good payday. I'm sure he might have. He might not have. You don't know. But Bam Bam's no longer with us. Am I right?
You are correct.
Oh, man. You know, and it's funny that the wrestlers that they come and they go and they die young. And I was looking from my first set of matches I ever had up in Canada. And on the first show I was ever on, I am the only guy that was on that show that's still alive.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's sad. And
it's weird when I look at it because there's like shows that I've done or events that I've done. And you look at it and you're like, alive, dead, alive, dead, alive. And it's like,
and now it's to the point where it's dead. And it's
well, I'm not your age yet.
Well, you will be if you're lucky. So that's it.
I'm stopping at 50. 50 is a monumental thing. I'm going to get to 50, and then every year after that, it's just going to stay 50.
I tried that.
Didn't work.
No, not at all. Okay.
Hopefully, I defy this one. I'm going to try my hardest.
All right.
Okay, so my take on that is, look at you trying to just say, I don't want to hear your view on it.
I do want to hear it.
I
Absolutely.
hated it as well. Turned my stomach. I agree with you on 100% on this, but I'm going to go with more in depth. Something I forgot last week. Kevin Green.
Right.
He was a Steeler.
Number 91.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
By the way, rest in peace. He just passed.
Yeah. There you go.
But regardless, he shouldn't have beaten anybody in the ring, especially not the Horseman. Although he didn't, because, of course, Mongo McMichael, who also was a football player, turned on him. Thank God. You know, as a Steeler fan, I love Kevin Green. But when it came to wrestling, you're not going to get me to cheer against the Horseman.
No.
You know, so.
And I wouldn't have either, even.
Right.
So there you go.
On top of that, I probably wouldn't have cheered against people I didn't like Hogan, Stinger. Well, I would have cheered against Shawn Michaels. You know, I just really don't like him.
I don't hear good things about him.
No, I thought he was a douchebag at the CAC, kind of big timed everybody, and I didn't care for that. And I mean, Sean, if you take offense to this, I wrestle for real, so you're more than welcome to go after this.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, open challenge. I'm not afraid.
Ooh, ah.
Slap him around a little bit.
I'd buy a ticket.
What are you going to do? Sports entertain me to death? Anyway, what's next?
All right. This is another football wrestling.
Well, there's a lot of them these last
There's
days.
another one. What do you think of the WWE versus NFL Battle Royal at Mania 2 from Terry Armstrong, Lordstown, Ohio?
Okay. William the Refrigerator Perry made sense a little bit because he's fat. And he had some small training, apparently. Everybody else that was in that match didn't belong. Thank God they all got thrown out. I can't remember who won that match.
I was just going to ask you. I don't either. So,
yeah, I don't remember who won that match. And the truth is, it's because that was the bathroom break match. I think Fridge might have won.
I think you're right. Yeah. He was from Aiken, South Carolina. And my parents lived down there for years. And I got to meet him a couple of times.
You know, if you knock over the alcohol, you have to drink the grog all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not do that.
We don't want to.
No. Your wife would kill me and you.
Let's not have to stay here for a while.
Like overnight.
2 nights.
Staying overnight at the bar. That's
There you
not
go.
fun. All right, what's the next one?
So, what I think it was crappy, but I'm sure Fridge could have held his own in the ring most of the time.
He made sense. Like I said, he was the only one that kind of made sense. And the fact that it was a battle royal was better than beating him in a one-on-one match. I don't really care. I didn't really hate it as much. All right, Lawrence Taylor, the last question. I hated that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The battle royal, not as much because it was a battle royal. And these guys probably would make sense in a battle royal. But the truth is, I always cheer on the wrestler when it's in the ring.
Very good.
Thanks. I try sometimes. No timeouts here. Just go ahead and go with the next question.
All right. Did we hear from Eric Kramer yet?
For today, he thanked us, yeah.
He thanked us and he said he appreciated us.
Yeah.
And we...
How many shots have you taken?
Too many. Anyway, Eric, we appreciate your...
Scoliosis?
Appreciation. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
I didn't know.
All right. Good stuff.
All right.
Oh, this is a great question. This is really, really good.
All right, let's hear it.
If the WWE had a WrestleMania in Ohio, what do you think it would be like, and what would the main event be, and what city would it be in? And that was from Elijah Martin from, once again, Windham, Ohio.
Well, Wyndham's popular with us.
Oh, what the heck's going on with that?
I don't know, but I don't hate it. I mean, at least we're popular somewhere.
It's good.
I mean, it's good to be popular.
We're a huge hit in Windham, Ohio, by the way.
Exactly. Well, The Miz would have to be on it because he's from Parma.
Right. And his dad owns Mr. Heroes, a couple stores.
Yes, I know. You're making me hungry every time you do that.
That's it.
Stop. I'm not supposed to eat that stuff after having heart surgery.
No, not advisable, but it is delicious. But that's it.
Right. Oh my gosh, they make the best freaking Philly cheesesteaks.
Roman burger's pretty good too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm not gonna try that next time.
You're not gonna try that.
Right, because I'm not allowed to have those.
Okay. Don't have those.
Right. We'll not have those tomorrow when I go there.
So what city do you think it should be in?
I mean, I'm an Akron boy, so I always say Akron.
Akron.
But
we could have it right at the Infocision Stadium.
Right, but obviously it would have to be in either Cleveland or Columbus. I mean, let's be real.
Right.
Maybe Cincinnati.
A lot of traffic in Cincinnati.
That's the problem.
Yes. I got stuck there the other day for a while.
So I would probably go Cleveland or Columbus.
Yeah.
As much as I don't really care for it. But then again, I don't care for WWE, so I wouldn't go.
Main event.
Main event would have to be probably current roster. Who the hell wrestles for them anymore? The Miz would have to do it. He's from Parma, especially if it's in Cleveland.
Miz against who?
Miz against whoever the heavyweight champion is or world champion is at that time. Whether it's Brock, whether it's...
So Miz gets the title shot
Miz
in his hometown.
Yeah, in his hometown.
Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, I would put him over because he's a heel, but I don't know what they would do.
I think it should be in Akron.
Oh, I love Akron.
In fact, they could have it at Canal Park, the stadium.
Oh, yeah. That would
under the lights. Fireworks after. Boom, boom, boom. And the main event, your role model, Ric Lieb versus the Sicilian Beast.
Oh, that would be awesome.
For that, I would do.
Yeah. But you'd have to be in your prime.
Then you'd lose bad. It would not be close.
No, I wouldn't.
I would have to pull your...
Do you not understand?
I would have to pull your shoulders off the mat to make the thing go more than
Do you not
a
understand?
minute and a half.
Sir, I respect your ability in the ring back in the day, but I would figure out a way to beat you. And
What are you going to do? Bring handcuffs?
What? What? I'm confused at that.
Handcuffs.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm offended by that. I'm going to play the millennial game and be offended by that. I might even grab one of the participation trophies for me later.
What are you going to cancel culture my butt? What are you going to do?
We're going to cancel this show. For your role model, Ric Lieb, of course, that's the Sicilian Beast, Cerminara. We're going to see you again next week on another edition of RCW Spotlight when he's cleaned up his act. See you then. Hey guys, it's your role model, Ric Lieb. I want to thank you for watching the show. If you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit subscribe right down there, and it would help us a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks.